Hi, so we're looking at CAT 2019 slot 2, the DLR first set. So this is a slot which I had written the examination where I could solve almost all the set. I got a net score, scaled up score of around 93 marks, which means I was able to at least attempt almost all the questions with maybe one of question going wrong. So the key was to try to pick up the easy sets first, solve all the easy sets, and then go on to tougher sets. It's not that since I solved all the sets, I didn't find any set tough. As a matter of fact, the set that we are solving today is a set which was comparatively tougher than the other sets. And I tried it in the first round, did not get it. I had to leave the set and then come back to it later once I solved the remaining sets. So yes, the key in the exam is normally that you leave the tougher sets and try to focus on easier sets first. And then when you get time, come back to a tougher set. This is what happened to me. I started with this set, couldn't get the answer, wasted a lot of time, moved to other sets, solved those, and then came back to this. If I had kept solving this set, I would have ended up wasting a lot of time, and that would have created pressure for my other questions. So it's important that you leave tough questions as fast as possible. That's a very important aspect of solving a paper. So let's try to solve this. So what I would recommend is you try to solve on your own first. I'll give you some time. So try to look at these questions, solve on your own, and then look at the solutions. These are the questions for it. So you can go up and down, go back to the questions, come back, go back to the set, come back to the questions and solve it. You can pause and try to solve. Right, assuming that you've gone to the set and you solve the questions, let's go to the how to solve it. Now, one of the important part of solving the question is to have a format. Now, if I look at the set properly, they're given points after 6 rounds, they're given points after 10 rounds. They've also given information, some information about round 1 to 6, about how people have got points, and round 7 to 10, how people have got points. Which means they're expecting us to find points for each of these 10 people in 10 rounds. Also, if you look at the question, what were the scores of Chen, David, and Eric respectively after round 3? So they're expecting us to find out how many points they've got in each round. Technically, I should have left this set moment I saw this set, because 10 people, 10 rounds, look at a lot of data and it's not difficult to solve. So I should have left this immediately moment I've seen this question. But you know that ego issue is a problem in always. So if you feel that you're good in a particular area, you tend to solve it. So I ended up trying to solve it in the first, did not get it, had to come back to it later. The good method would have been to leave it immediately moment I saw so many parameters around and so much data to be put, and then come back to in a second round. So they have clearly mentioned that in the first round, the first 6 people paid. Okay, the second round, so these are the people who are there, the player name. I put players down here. These are rounds. This is a table that you need to try to solve it. You can represent it in some other format also, but this is one of the format. So the first player, okay, in the first round, 1 to 6 players played. In the second round, 2 to 7 played. That means the first player did not play in round 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, and he came back in the 6th round. Right, first round 1 to 6, second round 2 to 7, third round 3 to 8, fourth round 4 to 9, fifth round 6 to 10, and then again the first player came. So first player did not play 2 to 5, second player did not play 3 to 6, third player did not play 4 to 7, fourth player did not play 5 to 8, fifth player did not play 6 to 9, sixth player did not play 7 to 10. 7 player did not play 8 to 10 and the first. 8 player did not play 9 and 10 and 1 and 2. 9 player did not play the last one and 1 to 3. And the 10 player did not play the first 4. So with that, I get the table. Now they're given for first 6. So I'll put a parameter for first 6 because they're given points for first 6 and then try to solve. So I'll try to take a hint. Now, if you look at the points for 7, 3, 1, 7 is a very large number. So not many people can get 7. So how many 7s can be there? Amita has got 1 7. You can make out Fatima could get 1 7. Gordon could get 2 7s and Joshin can get 2 7s. So you should know where to start. That's very important. and that number where you start becoming, because if you keep on putting data, it becomes a longer time to solve. So try to figure out where to start from. So 7 is a large number, and then you can clearly make out the 6 people who got 7. So these are the people who got 7. Now if you look, Joshin has played 5 and 6 only in the first 6 rounds. So that means he must have got 7 and 7 straight away, 14. So I've taken this 14 already. Right? So that's the only way you can get 14, 7 and 7, 14. So he would have got 14. Right. Now coming to Amita, must have got 1, 7. He got 8 points and she has only played 2 rounds in the first 6 rounds. She must have got 7 and 1. So 7 she can't get in the 6th round because already 10th player has got 7. So 7 should be and 1 should be here. Like a Sudoku if you look at it. Every row, okay, every column should have a 7, 3, 1. So if there is a 7 already in column 6, you can't have one more 7 out here. So automatically 7 will go in column 1. So this has to be 1, 7 and 1. You can put the number side, but I'm not going to waste the number by putting side. I'm trying to put numbers which I'm sure about so that I can first solve. Now I know Gordon has got 2 7s. Gordon is number 7. He's got 2 7s. So you can get 2 7s in one of these 3. And Fatima has got 1 7. Same way Fatima could get 1 7 in one of these 3, which is possible. Okay, Gordon can get 2 7 and Fatima could put 2 7. So what is Gordon's point? 17. 17 can be 7, 7 and 3. Right? What is Fatima's point? 10. 10 can be 7 and 3. Now we look at others. Bala. Bala has got 2 points. 2 points means he must have got 1 and 1. Which should be in first round and second round. 1 and 1. So we've taken care of that. Chen has got 3 points. So we'll come to it how it can be distributed. But we can know that Ikea has got 1 and 1. And Hansa has got 1. If you look at IKEA, cannot get 1 in the last round because 1 is already there in the last. So IKEA must have got 1 in 4th and 5th round. So automatically this is taken care of. Right. So automatically Hansa will get 1 in the 3rd round. So we get that also. So automatically we get 5th person. Eric must have got 3 points. David must have got 3 points to get 6 points. Chen must have got 3 points. So this is what we need to arrange to get the values. Right? This is all that we have to arrange so that we can get the values for the same. Now let's look at what other data given. I've tried to fill in whatever data from the table. Now I look at the information given to you. That's very important. Don't miss on that. Gordon did not get scored consecutively in 2 rounds. Gordon is 7. He did not consecutively score in 2 rounds. He's got 3. So he must have scored in 2nd, 4th and 6th. In remaining 2 he must have scored 0, 0. He must have scored in 2nd, 4th and 6th. He can't get 7 in 6th round because 7 is already there. So he must have got 7 in the 2nd and the 4th round, 7. Which means in the 6th round he must have got 3. Right, so I fill this up. Next, so automatically 1 7 is left. That has to be in the 3rd round, 7. So I filled up 7, all 7s. So 1 7 in each column. Only 1 7 is there. It has to be in a 3rd column. So I filled that 7. Right. Now I go back to the question and try to figure it out. Eric and Fatima both scored in a same round. So they can score in the same round only in round 3 where Fatima has scored 7 points. So Eric has to score 3 points. They both can't score 3 in the same round. So Fatima has scored 7 in the 3rd round. So Eric has to score in 3 in that round. So Eric has 3 and 7. So we've taken Eric also into consideration. So now we have got 4 3s which we need to fill it up. So we will try filling it up. If we cannot fill it up, that's perfectly all right. We'll try to figure out from the remaining points how to get the answers. That's how you should work on. So if you get, because we have filled up all the 7s, we have filled up all the 1s, only what is left is 3. And if you look at, there are 4 3s and 4 columns. That means in 1st, 2nd, 4th and 5th. Now if you look at 5th column, the only one which can have a 3 is Fatima. In the 5th column, the only one who can have a 3 is Fatima. So it's very important the way you represent. Because I represented points in the 1st column, I can make out which is filled, which is not. So in the 5th column, Fatima should get a 3. Right? So automatically in the 4th column, the only one who can get 3 is the 4th person, 3. What we left with 1st and 2nd. any one of these two can get 3 in first and second. So that's it. So that's where we fill the form. Now let's see if we can answer any question based on this. We fill the first part. What were the scores of Chen, David and Eric respectively after round 3? If I look at round 3, Chen must have got 1 3 point for sure. David must have also got 3 points because he must have got 1 3. And Eric also has got 3. So all 3 has got 3 3 3. So we can make out the answer is B option directly. Okay, all 3 of them have got 3 3 3 points. So automatically you can make out as the answer. Now going back, which of the players were in the last 3 positions after round 4? If I look at round 4 here, if I've drawn the proper, 10 players not cleared at all in round 4. That means Joshin has to be minimum. Among the others, if you look at, both 8 and 9 players have got 1 1 point. That means Hansa and IK has got 1 1 point. So automatically I know Hansa, IK and Joshin, which is in D option, to get the answer. The moment you get a table, it becomes fast to solve. And the moment you represent the table properly, it becomes more systematic to solve the sum. So that representation of table is very important. The how you fill the data is important. Which players scored points in maximum number of rounds? Now I require data for remaining 4 rounds. Which players scored points in last round? Again I require last round. So I'll try to fill the remaining points now. Whatever the last 4 rounds. So let's look at it. Again we look out for a 7. So what is left now? Already 14 is left, gone. So 3 points are left for Joshin. Here there are 15 points left. 17 minus 2 is 15. That means IKEA has got 15 points, which is only possible with 771. So I say 771 is what IKEA has got. Then Hansa has got 3 points. Gordon has got 0. Fatima has got 0. So I can put them as straight away 0 and 0. They have not got any points. Eric has got 7. So 0 again. David has got 0. 4% has got 0. Chen has got 3. Bala has got 3. And Amita has got 10. So who will have got 7? IKEA has got 2 7s. Eric has got 1 7. And Amita has got 1 7 for sure. Right? Now if you look at, Eric can get only 7 in round 10, nothing else. Eric can get only 7 in round 10, nothing else. So his 7 is over. We've taken it into consideration. Now we look at others and try to figure it out how it is. We look at the conditions given because it's very difficult to find any other values as such. So we look at the conditions given to you. So only 2 players scored in 3 consecutive rounds. One of them is Chen. So I know Chen has scored in 3 rounds. So he's got 3 points. So it must be 1 1 1. So which means 3 consecutive rounds is 1 1 1 will be like this 1 1 1. So if he has scored 1 1 1 in 8 9 10th round, if I go to 9 player, he must have scored 1 in the 7th round. Because 8 9 10 player already has got 8 9 10th rounds already have got 1 1 point. So the 9th player must have scored 1 in 7 point. So remaining 2 rounds he must have scored 7. So automatically I get this, I get this. So I have finished with this 15 also. So I'm cutting it out here. So I know what data is over. That means I also get where Amita has got a 7. Amita must have got 7 in the first round. That's the only place you can get 7. So he got 7 and 3. So from that I've already taken 7. So 3 is left. Right. Now look at others. Chen 1 1 1 is over. Bala has got 3. It can't be 1 1 1, so it has to be 3. Okay. And the last Hansa has got 3 and last 10th one has got 3. So these are the points I have to still put. So I've already put 7 all the places. I've already put 1 all the places. What is left is to put 3 in all the places. So I have to figure out, can I put 3 in the different places as such? Right. They have said no one has gotten 2 consecutive rounds the same points except for 2 people. Again, let's look at one more condition. Joshin scored in round 7. So J is 10th. 10th one scored in round 7. So he got 3 out here. And Amita scored in round 10. So Amita must have got 3 out here in round 10. So that 2 also is over. So I'm left with only 2 3s which are left. From that, 8% must have scored 3 out here. That's the only place he can score 3. And second person must have scored 3 out here. So I filled the data. All data is over. 3 3. Important that this side, apart from putting data in the table here, this side numbers are very important because this is what tells you how much data I've already filled and how much data is left. Moment I know that, it becomes easier to solve the sum. So once you get that, now let's look at the other questions. Which player scored points in maximum number of rounds? If I look at the numbers, maximum number of rounds, I can make out that 9 player must have gotten maximum number of rounds, 5 rounds. So automatically you got 9 player, which is 9, B option. Actually, you can sort of make out maybe over a period of time, because EK has got 2-1 in the first 6 rounds. So that means it must have played more number of rounds. So that is possible. Anyway, let's go back. Which player scored points in the last round? Again, last round we have A, we have 5, which is E, okay, and we have 3, which is C. So A, E, C, D option. So once we have a table, we can easily get the answer. And drawing the table and filling the data doesn't take so much of time, and you can fill it in maybe in 4-5 minutes, and 4-5 minutes for a table is not difficult. The problem is to figure out that we have to draw such a table, right? And in that time pressure, trying to fill it out. So that means very important to relax. Therefore, it's also very important to take data or questions like this where it is very data intensive, to keep it later. Where you've solved the other sets, you're more relaxed and you can solve it easily. Right? I hope it's clear. Thank you.